So I think I might be live. I'm not sure, but you know, hey ho, let's go with it. Hi John, thanks for letting me know. Right, okay. Tonight I am doing my first live demo, so hello and thank you if you're here for joining me. What I'm going to be making for you tonight is a little cupcake gift card. And we are going to use the new Stamparatus tool, which is a stamp positioning tool from Stampin Up. It's brand new, it comes out in June, although some people were lucky enough to order it and get it on a pre-order just before Christmas. Mine came a few weeks ago, but I only started playing with it this weekend. How? I don't know. So, hi Tracy, good to see you, thank you for joining me. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and flip my camera around so that you can see what I'm doing rather than looking at me. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, right, we might be the right way around now. First time for everything. Hopefully you can see everything on my desk. So I made a quick list of the products we'll be using. I will post that underneath the video once I've done. And like I said, for this video we'll be making a little cupcake card. This is an example of a different colour combination that I used to try and get a different flavour cake, but it's this one that we'll be making tonight. And it uses the Sweet Cupcake photopolymer stamp set, which you can find in the annual catalogue, and this one is available definitely until the end of May. I'm not sure yet whether it will be carried over into the new catalogue. So you get quite a few separate stamps in this set, and as you can hopefully just about see, for the cupcake there's actually 6 stamps that we'll be using, and thankfully they are all labelled as to which order you put them in. So the test will be trying to remember which one goes when. Right. So first off, I want to introduce you to the Stamparatus. So this is everything you get when you open the box. It's all packaged up nicely, obviously I've opened it. You get your little instruction leaflet telling you how to use it with some photo examples, which is nice and helpful. I'll put that to one side. Hi Angie, thank you for joining me, nice to see you. How is everybody? So, the Stamparatus comes with 2 plates that slot in to the hinges like that. So you've got one that folds down and one that folds across. It comes with a foam pad, which is what we use for the photopolymer stamps. If you were using the clear mount stamps, you wouldn't need the foam pad, and you would be able to see the grid that is on underneath. Underneath, you can see it comes with 2 magnets. They are very, very strong, so I suggest using one at a time, or wrapping them in duct tape or washi tape or something, because if they snap together there is a risk that they might shatter. They are that strong. See, can't get it off now. So I'll just put that one there for now. Okay, so I'll crack on and show you how to use the Stamparatus with our cupcake stamps. And this has made my joy for using this stamp set a hell of a lot more. Hi Kirsty, thanks for coming on. So I haven't used this stamp set very much. I bought it pretty much when I first joined, which is almost a year ago. And I think I've made 1 or 2 cards with it, but because it's got the 6 stamps to make the cupcake, I thought that's quite a lot of, you know, trying to line them all up so that they're right. And it just took too long, really. But now this Stamparatus is here. Once you've lined them up once, you can stamp as many cupcakes as you like, which is great. So, I've got the 6 different stamps. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to line it up away from the corner, just so that I get a little bit more height to it. I'm going to put my magnet over there. And then we're going to set everything up. And I can't find my sheet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the frosting. So, number 1 is the least detailed stamp in the 3 for the frosting. So I'm just going to line that up where I want it on the card. Move it this way a little bit. And you just fold over the plate, press down, and that will lift up the stamp. I'm actually going to use a scrap bit of card. Just for the lining up. So I'm going to use Melon Mambo for the darkest layer of the frosting, and all you need to do, I don't know if you can see this, is tap your ink pad onto your stamp. So I am using a blank for now, just to line everything up, and then I'll do it again straight onto my card. So I'm going to fold down and just press. I don't think you can see, but I have got some ink on the pad, but that's not a problem because it's not actually going to touch my card. So there's no worry of it getting on your card and making a mess. The only thing I did realise actually last time I used it was I'd opened the top plate, left my ink pad open, and the corner of the plate landed on the ink pad. I didn't realise, so stamped it down, opened it up, went to pick up my card, and I'd got all the ink off the plate all over my fingers and made a mess of it. But you live and learn. Okay, so the next stamp we want is the second layer of frosting. So we're just going to line that up over our already stamped image, and this time we're going to use the plate on the right. Again, just lift it up, move it over. I'm hoping that stayed in the right place. Let's put that magnet back on. Just lean it over again and you can see that it's still okay. So for this one I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, which is sort of the next shade down, I suppose, in the pinks. Again, just tap gently onto your stamp, fold it over, push down and lift up, and you can see I've got the two shades of pink on the frosting so far. The third one we're going to line up again. Once you've lined it up, we can't use this pad because it's already got one on. We can't use this pad because it's already got one on. So all we're going to do, I think I did it with this one, is I'm going to use the top plate, lift it out, turn it around and fold it back down, and that will then pick up that third stamp. And for the final layer of frosting, I am going to use, which one did I pick up? Powder Pink, which is actually one of the ink colours from this year, 2017 to 19, so that will last for this year and next year. And I'm just going to push that down again. No need to be particularly, you don't have to push down very hard, you just have to kind of just give it a little bit of pressure and then lift off, and now you can see that that's filled in the gaps, leaving some little bits of white as well, which is just part of your detail. It gives it that 3D nice icing look. I know, it's really clever, isn't it, Monica? I love it. And John, that's quite smart. Why, thank you very much. Right, so that's the frosting done. Next up, we need to line up the cupcake itself. So, using our guide, I am going to use this one first, which, see, this is the only bit, is the lining up, but once you've got them all done, it's absolutely dead easy to line up even more. Now again, this one, you don't want to fold it over onto this one because it will clash with the one that you've already got, so we're just going to turn it over and fold down, and again just pick it up, and again darkest to lightest is good for these 3-step stamps, because you get the darker is the more detailed. So for this I am using soft suede. Again, just gently tap onto your stamp. Again, this one you can see where I've got it onto the plate, so I'm not going to worry about that because it won't stamp onto my card. So I'm just going to tap where my ink is and then lift up, and you get the outline there. The next one, I believe, is this one, which is just a little bit more detail. So again, once you've got that lined up, we're going to use, right, this is where I went the other way. So this is, I've got four stamps now on my 2 plates, one on each side. So if I put another stamp, it's not going to line up because the others are all in the way. So what I thought was, if I take that one out and put it at the top, and try and do this without smacking my camera, the top one out and put it to the side, in theory this should work. So we fold the top down and pick that stamp up. So it's not going to stamp this one because it's below my card. And I'm going to use Cupcake for this middle stamp. Angie, I could eat it. You wouldn't believe how tempting it is, but I don't think it'd taste quite as nice as a proper one. Although they do look so realistic. I'm loving how well they do look. So again, just push it down a little bit to get that ink onto your card. And if you're not happy with that, if you don't think it's quite inked enough, you can go back and do it again. So just tap on your ink, bring it back down, and because you know you've lined it up, it will stamp in the exact same place every time. So I'm happy with that. That's a bit darker. So then the final stamp is just to fill in the left hand side of your cupcake. So I'll just line that one up, fold over the right hand plate and pick it up, and there you go, you've got 6 stamps on your 2 plates. And so for this last one I am using Sahara Sand, which is a bit grey actually, but it's sort of the next shade down that I'd got. but it just makes it look more chocolatey, I think. So we have a chocolate cake with pink frosting. I don't think I actually lined that one up properly. So I think it's a little bit too far over. I'm going to line that up again. Because this is my scrap piece, I'm not too bothered. This is why it wasn't my first attempt. I'm just going to wipe that down. And then I'm going to just try and reline that up. Because I'm not happy with that. And I don't want my actual card to not be right. Right, there we go. Now let's move my card, that's why. There we go. I think that's right. So I'm just going to re-ink that one, see what happens. That's a bit further over, so I'm happy with that. So we have a cupcake. One finished. Where am I looking? Cupcake. Ignore this bit. So, moment of truth will be, now I'm all set up, then I can carry on. I don't have to line everything up again, because hopefully, apart from maybe that last one, I have lined up everything already. So I shouldn't need to move anything. So we'll soon find out, because I'm going to do another card and we're going to see what happens. So now you've got to remember which one's which and turn them all back round again. But no more lining up, that's what I think. So we'll start again. I'm going to do the same colours again, just for ease. We're going to do the frosting first again. So this is your more detailed stamp in your darker colour. Hi Becky, hi Amy, nice to see you, thanks for joining us. I'm not quite sure when you came on, so I don't know how much of it you've missed, probably just me lining everything up. But all we're going to do now is I'm going to show you, once it's all lined up, how easy it is just to recreate that image. So, first one done. Second one was Flirty Flamingo. Put it over, stamp it down. See? Makes it so much faster. Love it. There you go, frosting done already. Now I've got to remember which one I did first, so this one. And find my inks, because I've moved them all. Soft Suede was the darkest for the bottom of the cupcake. This is where I hope I've still got it all lined up right. Which one was number 2? So this was where I did the little trick of swapping the pads round. So you don't need another plate, you just swap your plates over, giving you an extra 2 sides to work with, or maybe even 4 if you then turned them around again, because at the moment I don't have any stamps here, so you could have actually another 2 stamps. Probably make it quite complicated, but it is doable. I've forgotten where I am. Crumb cake. Again, just gentle taps for your ink Doesn't matter if you get it on your plate because you're not going to push that down onto your card. And then that was my final one, wasn't it? I'm just going to check whether that's lined up because it wasn't quite on the last one, was it? So this one I am just going to check that I have got it lined up, which that's not far off. It's a bit sticky, this one. That one might be why it's not lining up. They are, like I said, I haven't used them very much, so they do tend to be quite sticky when you first get the photopolymer ones. But the great thing about them is you can see through them, so you can see exactly what you're stamping and where. So there we go. One cupcake finished, straight onto my card, as easy as that. And all I did to finish it off was use a little bit of the, God, that magnets are so strong. The ribbon is actually one of the free celebration items with a £45 spend on the online store, which you can shop at jenfielou.stampinup.net. If you spend £45 before shipping, you can choose these